Shalom, everyone, and blessed be the name of the Lord. Welcome to Glorious Woman Daily. And here, by the grace of God, we are about equipping women to become glorious women daily, to become women of faith, and for each one of us to become the Eshet child woman of valor, who is a warrior, and to apply godly wisdom in the tiniest details of our lives. Let us allow the Holy Spirit to teach us, and let us learn and grow together. Welcome to today's episode. We'll be talking about a woman who hopes in God. A woman who hopes in God. This is an interesting conversation, and we hope and pray that the Holy Spirit is going to teach our hearts, and we are going to know about hoping in God as women. A woman who hopes in God is not afraid because she knows her God. She's not afraid of the path God calls her to walk because she trusts in her God. She's confident about what God instructs her to do because she believes in her God. She advances the kingdom through fearless submission to God's design for womanhood, God's design for marriage, motherhood, and ministry. And even though she stumbles like Sarah and stands in disbelief at the promises of her God, He will turn her laughter into confidence and joyful hope in the Word. By faith, she laughs because she looks at the lasting city, the heavenly one. She is a woman whom the world is not worthy. A woman belonging to God. A woman God is not ashamed to be called her God. A woman God is not ashamed to be called her God can only be a woman of faith. A woman God is not ashamed to be called a God can only be a woman of faith. A few verses in Hebrews 11 encourage us, giving us examples of women who encourage us to persevere in faith. This gives us hope because at least we ain't the first ones to conquer. We are not the first ones to suffer. We are not the first ones to go through issues. But these women in Hebrews 11 did go through issues and they conquered. They persevered in faith. And so, should we? Let's have a look at Hebrews 11:11. It says, by faith Sarah was enabled to conceive even though she was past childbearing age and she was barren, because she considered him faithful who had made the promise. In other words, the only reason why Sarah was enabled to give birth is because she considered him faithful who had made the promise. By faith, Sarah was unable to conceive even though she was past childbearing age and barren because she considered him faithful who had made the promise. And so from Sarah and Abraham, even though their situation was so hopeless, there came a nation with so many people, so many as the stars in the sky and as the sand by the seashore, innumerable. And even up to us today, we are descendants of Abraham and Sarah, who at one point were barren. Wow, that's so amazing. Hebrews 11:1. By faith, the prostitute Rahab, because she welcomed the spies, was not destroyed with the people in her city who refused to obey God. That was faith. I mean, the whole city being destroyed and her being spared. That is just amazing. Hebrews 11:35 says women received back their dearest life again. Others were tortured and refused to be released so that they might gain a better resurrection. Such women, such women, such women. Oh God. Such the world was not worthy. The world did not deserve them. They were too good for this world. And even in this world today, it all is not lost. God still has a remnant. There are still true women of God in this world who are of far greater worth than all the balance of the world put together and in every sense. Hello, glorious woman. Be a woman who hopes in God. Be a woman of faith, or be a woman who can persevere, because precious in the sight of the Lord is the heart of a woman filled with deep, abiding hope in our God. let it be the desire of your heart today to be a woman who hopes in God. Be a woman of faith. Pray to God and keep trusting. If you're born again and if you trust in the Lord and if you keep on praying, you will surely be such kind of a woman, and you will be of impact even to this generation. Thank you for being with me until the end. If the Lord wills, we meet in our next episode. Shalom. Glorious Woman Daily.